Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's the Mike and Rich podcast.
Yo, yo, yo. Happy Thursday, man.
Happy Thursday. How you doing?
All right, not too bad. Actually, finally got some nice weather this week. I like it.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, we got a bunch of nice weather, too.
Yeah, I was going to say I was stuck indoors all week doing all kinds of crazy projects for work as I'm like looking out my window. I'm like, oh, the sun. It's not going to be there when I don't have any work. So
That's true. That's true. You got to take advantage of it while you can.
I know. How's everybody in that chat tonight?
What's going on? How we doing?
Interesting week, man. Interesting week going down. All kinds of stuff we're about to get into with the new stuff. How's you planning for the little one's birthday coming up soon, huh?
Yeah. We're gonna be doing Mario birthday. So
Mario birthday. You gonna rent out the whole theater? Or you're just gonna rent out like a couple rows?
I have no idea what we're doing yet.
Yeah. Okay.
The times are so weird for the renting the theater.
Well, they don't want you to get prime time, you know.
Well, yeah, but they also it's like a week to 2 weeks before.
Oh, okay.
They put up the stuff, so
Mm-hmm.
it's dumb. But
is he looking to see it like the first weekend it comes out? Like, is that like the thing? Okay. So it's gonna be tough. Everybody wants to see Mario, man.
I'll say.
You know. So I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be funny. I think it's gonna be along the lines of like the Lego movie. You know, like that kind of humor. Sure. and you know, kid friendly, but also adult gets the jokes.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, their main demographic probably is more so the adults to where that grew up at Mario, you know?
Yeah,
so.
For sure. Or like the offspring of the gamers, you know, like your kid, you know, he's all about Sonic and Mario and stuff, you know?
Sure.
So, apple don't fall far. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's get into this first segment. Let's get this night going. Actually, before we get into the segment, let's thank all of our new followers. We got a bunch of new followers this week, man.
That's right. We're really close to our followers goal. We got 7 more people for our giveaway. We got Hasbro Cobra Commander action figure we're giving away. We got some pops. We got some other stuff. We got some stuff behind there, Rich, right there.
That's right.
We're just doing those to give away for the followers, so it's free.
What do we need? Like 7 more, 8 more, 7 more?
7 more people.
7 more.
Yeah,
hit that subscribe button. Hit
that
that share button. Hit that like button. Throw some comments up in the chat. You know, is there a new game, new movie, new TV show that just came out that you want us to check out? We are more than happy to. I just got done with Lost, so I got lots of free time.
That's too funny, but yes, we just want to say thank you to everybody, and we're gonna get into that next segment.
If it's in the news, then it's probably news.
All right, we got some good stories for you guys tonight. So our interns worked some OT last night. Made sure they got in those last minute news articles. We got some crazy ones. Right. So I'm gonna let you take this first one.
Sure.
So while I pull it up.
A video shows a teacher was sucked out of a classroom during a rare California tornado.
In like LA. It was in like LA.
So the video footage is not as crazy as you would think it would be. You'd think like this, you know, she was sucked out like the Wicked Witch of the West or some type of stuff, you know, but it wasn't like that exactly. She kind of just fell down. The door swung open and she kind of just went with it. They should have led with that, but they didn't, of course. They did type stuff.
That's what it is. I know it was crazy just to see the tornado. You know, it's obviously playing now. But like just randomly in LA, you know, look at all the trash because there's so much trash in California that it's just like creating its own thing. And then this lady, I guess she was like going outside to look or something like that because that's what it looks like.
Or at least to get some footage, yeah.
And the door just took her outside or whatnot. You know, I guess she wasn't suspecting that.
No.
Tornadoes are crazy, man.
Tornadoes are crazy, man. Very unpredictable. You never know what's gonna happen. What's gonna fly out at you and stuff. You know, like.
So I got two little stories.
Just going right by,
you never know. You never know. I got two little stories. So one story was when I was really young. I think I was like in first grade, and I was walking to the bus stop. And I remember having my backpack on, and there really wasn't much in there because I was like a first grader. And I remember the wind hitting me so hard that it like dragged me down the sidewalk, man. Like I was sitting there holding, and it was just dragging me. And like I remember like going back a couple feet, and I fell down. And I looked around.
90s
I know, and I looked around to see if anybody's seen me fall on my butt. You know, it was just like
could have been a ghost, bro.
It could have been a ghost. Yeah, it was dragging me. And then another time when I was older, I think I was like 12 or 13. It was like my grandma's birthday, and we were in an Applebee's, and we were in Jacksonville, Florida. And we're on this pretty main road. They got a bunch of car dealerships on it and stuff like that. And sure enough, a tornado popped up right on that main road, and like we watched it go down the freeway. Or it was like kind of like to you it'd be like a Route 18, like where all the shopping centers are and car dealerships and stuff. So yeah, it was going down, and we seen all the windows smashing out of the car dealership as it went by it. It was like the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like it was obviously not coming in our direction, so I wasn't like super scared, but it was just like kind of just passing through, like busting all the car windows out, all the dealership windows, and yeah, so that was crazy. Could have went a different way.
Could have went a different way.
So, you know, so
yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Tornadoes are pretty nuts there. So let me pull up this second one that we got here. So this one, it's funny that they put this on the list too, because I actually seen this story the other day, and I actually commented on it. So I don't know if you like the same post I did.
No.
But it was like the guy, all right, so man visited all 12 Disney parks in 12 days. And
12 days.
And so, well, that's not even the feat, okay? You could do all 12 parks in 12 days. That's no problem. Just to walk in and walk out and say, hey, I did it, you know? But supposedly he rode all the rides, like every single one. There's like 100 and however many, 216 of them. And he said he rode them all.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either. I call BS, dude. Like, have you ever been to Disney?
Yeah.
It's like insane. Like you're waiting 3-4 hours for a ride.
If he planned it out right and he had the wristband.
No way. Ain't no way. I don't care. Like there's so many rides in Disney World.
You could pay.
You think so?
I'm sure there's like some kind of like diamond type status, right?
Mm-hmm.
To where like you get it and you can go to any of the parks, and that's why he did it, because it would have just been too expensive for anybody just to go to all 12 parks.
I guess so.
You know, like airfare travel and stuff like that alone is pretty expensive with it.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I imagine he got something to where he can go to whatever park he wants or however he did it. But like the ride,
it was definitely strategically planned.
I'm just talking about the rides and the timing. Even if you were to run to every ride and let's just take one day, one park, Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom or whatever, I don't even think you could get, even if you had the fast pass, I don't think you could ride physically all the rides. Like even there's little kids rides that I'm sure that he's not even allowed on. So to sit there and say you rode every ride at every park is kind of, I'm going to call BS on that one. I'm going to call BS on that one. So,
well, they could have some kind of like diamond pass to where like, or double diamond status, like you just don't know about, because it's like really up there to where like you just go on every ride and whenever you want to, like.
Mm-hmm. And at the end, it says he did not disclose how much money he spent on this project.
Yeah.
I would love to go to the Star Wars one. It was in MGM, I think, but now it's called like Hollywood or something. So I was there 3 days before it opened, like leaving 3 days before it opened, like a couple years ago for like a trade show or something like that. And I was so mad. I was like, come on. Like I would have totally stayed in like the Star Wars hotel. Like that's got to be the coolest thing ever, you know? Like
I bet just the park in general, I'm sure is really cool, you know?
Yeah.
Like, It's pretty crazy, but it's its own separate thing, so it's probably a lot of money, right?
Yeah. No, it's just in the park. It's like Hollywood Studios is what it's called. And it's just like another park. It's like Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom. It's just Hollywood Studios.
That used to be MGM Studios.
It used to be MGM Studios, correct. Yeah, they changed that up. So yeah. So that was fun. I did get to go to the Animal Kingdom last time. And the crazy part is, like, we had like an all expenses paid type thing, so we got to stay in the Animal Kingdom, and they give you this brochure, and there's giraffes outside of your room and all kinds of stuff, right? So we get in this room, and I was like so amped to see giraffes outside my room. I go and I open the curtains, and there's a big AC unit, and I was like, I look at the lady who was bringing in the things. I was like, this has got to be your worst room, right? She's like, it's pretty bad. Right? So I was like, listen, I will totally give you a super fat tip if we could do some switching up. She got on the phone, got this lady on the phone, and she knew who it was. She was like, oh, Brenda. Oh, hey, it's blah, blah, blah. She was like, let's see if you can hook my friends up. They gave us a baller room. No extra money or anything. I think I gave her like an extra like $20-$30 or something like that. But we got the way better room. We got to see all the animals the entire time, and it was way better. They tried to give us some bunk on the floor next to the AC type situation. That would have been terrible.
Did you see your giraffes?
I did see my giraffes. The giraffes were cool, man. I got to see all the water buffalo, and they just have like the wussy animals, hanging around. Zebras.
It's not like they set out a line at 3:00 just to go clean up.
I would live there if that happened. Like somebody's got to get these giraffes back.
What's up with that? Like, why can't they just do that? Like,
let them live their lives. Why would you? They're in cages and in places they're not supposed to be.
Oh my God. Let's get into this next one. All right, speaking of cages.
Dun, dun, dun.
So we got 2 escape jail convicts go to IHOP.
Yeah.
After they get out of jail.
They Andy Dufresne'd it.
They Andy Dufresne'd it with some primitive tools.
Yeah.
They made a little hole in the wall.
Hey, give me a pencil and like 25 years. I'm gonna get through that wall too. It's just.
But they had to get out really fast to get that deal on that Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure,
man.
For sure.
You got to get that.
So here's the thing, though. Okay, and obviously this is hypothetical thinking. So if you were to escape you got to be with a friend because it's not by yourself. Okay, so that's a different situation than you just escaping by yourself. So if you were to escape, what would be the first thing you do?
I wouldn't go to IHOP.
You wouldn't go to IHOP? What would you do now? Because they're obviously looking for you. They're going to set up a perimeter of where you started. Go farther. They're going to stick to all the main roads. They're going to look at all the bus stations and airports.
We'll see that they're in Virginia, it looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would be in a different state.
You'd be in a different state. Okay.
As far as I can just keep
Would you go the woods route? Would you try to jump in someone's trunk?
I don't know.
Would you hitchhike?
It depends. I mean, like,
because you're going to be wearing jail clothes, number one. Okay, so you got to get rid of the jail clothes. And if you get rid of the jail clothes, you'll be naked.
Easy. Clothesline, bro. That's easy.
Nobody uses clotheslines anymore.
I know.
Did you hear about that guy who he sold what was it, solar powered dryers to people for like $200, and they were just like a clothesline. It was like a clothesline, and then they got him for it, and they sued. It's like, come on, that was a good idea. That was a good idea. That was a good idea.
He
had it. So. I don't know. Yeah, I think IHOP wouldn't be the first spot I would go to. Obviously, they wanted some food because they I don't know if you ever had jail food. I'm sure it's not great.
I'm sure it's horrible. I get it. They're 37 and 43, so they're not like some young stupid kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably just every day they're probably like, yo, you remember IHOP's all you can eat pancakes breakfast?
Oh, that bacon. That? Oh, so they sat there and reminisced.
And he's like, yo, man, I'm going to break out of these walls if I don't get no IHOP.
That's right.
Pancakes.
First thing I'm going to do, go get some backing.
Exactly.
Get some bacon.
Just, every day chiseling away, thinking about that syrup, just trying to get it, just trying to get some pancakes. Even a pancake size hole right there. You got right there. Like
I was gonna say
it's pretty small.
It's a small hole, but if there's a will, there's a way. I feel like, with watching Shawshank, and obviously this is a thing, that they would have some kind of situation or sensors or motion sensors, like the second somebody gets past like a breach or a perimeter, or I feel like there's not enough sensors, like sensors are a thing and they work and they're cheap nowadays. So like, lasers everywhere.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it in the jail system. That's how they.
But it's broke. Apparently,
well, only a couple people break out, and then they go to IHOP right down the road, and then they catch them. So
that's true too. Supposedly, the three dudes that escaped from Alcatraz, there was a lady that came out a couple years ago who I guess that was her grandpa or something like that, and they all thought that they died, and she was like, nah, he was sending us postcards when he got to where he was. So she's got proof of it and everything. So like they got out, they survived Alcatraz and went down to like Mexico or somewhere in Central America, probably hanging out with Carol Baskin's husband.
Nah, he's in Cuba, right?
He's in Costa Rica or something.
Costa Rica or the bowels of a tiger.
Or the bowels of a tiger. I feel it would be the tiger. See how they tried to switch that up though? Carol Baskin's like, oh, I told you he was there, and it was like no proof whatsoever. Like, she paid somebody to like make a phone call and be like, oh, I saw him. Yeah, you didn't see him.
For sure.
He's tiger poop.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, let's get to this last one where we talk about Carol Baskin. All right, so this is like some new stuff today, man. So,
yes, sir.
New news. All right, so TikTok, man. TikTok's under fire right now. Oh, I hit the wrong link here. Hold on.
That's all right. So TikTok is under fire, unfortunately. They had the CEO today go,
Mr. Chu
go against Congress to be able to just talk and view his viewpoints, for Congress to view their viewpoints, for everyone to have an open table transparency type deal. And it wasn't really like that.
Wasn't very open table.
They were shutting them down real hard, not letting them speak.
Yeah.
Reclaiming their minutes and stuff because they got more stuff to say,
mm-hmm.
and they're trying to show off in front of their friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're trying to get clips. That's what they want. They want clips.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if you've ever watched one of these before, but they're all like this. They're always like this. They don't let the speakers talk. They ask them questions and then immediately interrupt them because they don't want to know the answer. They're not trying to like come up with this decision if it's right or if it's wrong. They already have in their head what they want, So, and the crazy part is you have 150 million American subscribers to this app that, is pretty much a free speech app. Obviously you can't put anything, you get flagged for fake blood or whatnot for your pictures and stuff like that. So obviously they do have some kind of a filter or an algorithm. The thing with the kids and stuff, if the kids have a cell phone and they have access to Wi-Fi, there's no way to like regulate that unless you're doing licenses, and then they're going to be mad because they're taking that information. So it's like
they do the same thing that everybody else does.
They do the same thing Facebook does. Same thing.
The question
Instagram does.
Crazy. The whole thing with the Wi-Fi, he was like, "Just use your Wi-Fi."
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? It's an internet-based app.
Like,
Everything.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And then he was like, I know. Then he said something to where it was like, do you guys do facial recognition? He was like, no, we don't do that. He's like, the only thing that it does is it tracks your eyes to like put the sunglasses down on it, like when you do a tip or something like that. And he was like, why does it need to track your eyes? And it was like, are you mental? Have you never used this app that you're trying to ban?
They clearly haven't.
They clearly haven't.
And even if they did, it's not like they have the 1,000 subscribers and that are like, actively going live to be able to see one of these gifts,
Yeah.
or tips, or watching someone
It's
do
like,
it. They're not, they
so
have
crazy,
no,
man.
so it's like trying to explain to your parents how their phone works.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Or your
what it felt
grandparent.
like.
No, it's like your grandparent. Don't say it's your parents, because these people are like
Grandparents,
70,
whatever.
80 years old, man.
Yeah.
You know, they're not young
Let's
people.
just say the elderly.
The elderly.
Let's just say that. It's trying to teach the elderly about technology that they don't understand and won't understand.
Or doesn't want to understand. You know, because it's like it doesn't work for them, so everybody else has to, you know, and it's not like they're doing anything that Facebook isn't doing, that Instagram isn't doing, that Snapchat isn't doing, that any social platform isn't doing. It collects your information and it allows businesses to put ads on there to advertise to you. That's pretty much it. You know, at the end of the day, he even told them that that the Chinese party had nothing to do with it. They've never asked them for information. And, you know, and what he said was, because they were concerned, was then he was like, well, let's put up some data servers in the US so you guys can have your own data so it never comes over here, you know, and, you know, which is a solution to their question or their problem, and which is something that I'm sure TikTok can do in a couple weeks, you know, like at least get it started. You know, so they had the solution, and they were just rude to him. You know, the guy is obviously intelligent. You could tell by the couple minutes that they actually did let him speak. He's not a dummy. He's actually very intelligent of what he does, and TikTok's a good platform, man. It's a great platform. I actually learn a lot of stuff that I don't learn on Facebook, because Facebook takes everything good down. They just want me to watch stupid crap of people fake pranking each other. It's not informal. You know, it's kind of a joke now, actually. You know, like.
No, you're right. It is. It's definitely a superior platform.
So
they don't have control of it, and I feel like that's why.
I was able to log into my TikTok here and pull up some of these videos of these guys talking. So I'm gonna throw some of these up. Obviously. This guy's
out of control.
Out of control, man. Here, this lady's good too. TikTok is helping Mexican cartels bring drugs across the border. TikTok.
Oh my god.
I don't even want to play any more of this, because it's just like infuriating to me.
It's wild. It's crazy. I hope that they squash it. I hope each one of them talk to their, you know.
Oh, you know what? There was one more I did want to do. There was this one guy. Let me see if I can find him real quick. All right, I'm not gonna like search too far into it. So his argument was, I don't see him on here, but I'm sure you can find it. So his argument was, why isn't he getting paid from TikTok? That was his argument. That was his question, was, you guys are making all of this money on ad revenue and data and all this stuff. Where's my money? Why am I not getting paid for the data that you're collecting from my kids? And it's just like, everybody does this. Why aren't you demanding money from Zuckerberg? Oh, wait, because you're already getting it. Facebook has 2/3 of all of our government in their pocket, man. Like giving them money for campaign re-elections and lobbying and all that stuff. TikTok hasn't given them money, and that's why we're on this subject today. So,
well,
I know we usually don't. I know we usually don't get into the political stuff and stuff like that, but this is something that kind of affects, you know, probably more Mike than me. Mike's TikTok guy. You know, but I see a lot of people having fun on this platform. It's a very communal platform,
Awesome.
with tastes of everything, and you can always say, I don't like this video, and they will never show it to you again. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to the Howard Stern argument of like, you can just change the station if you don't like it. You know, like it's just
Absolutely.
like, come on now, man. We're past that. We're way past. We're like almost 30 years past that. Like, if you don't like it, don't listen to it. Like, why do you have to ban something that you obviously aren't gonna like anyway? So it shouldn't affect you anyway. You know. So are they now? Let me ask you: are they mad because they're not allowed to have it on their phones, so they don't want anybody else to have it? Besides the money part, obviously, if they were getting kickbacks, we wouldn't have this conversation.
I don't think it's that. I think it's the money thing, and they and also they don't really know what it is. They're just so naive about it that they have no idea. They think it's just like dancing and cat videos and stuff, you know, like they don't really know, you know, exactly the reach and the span and what people actually watch on there.
Yeah.
For example, like, you know, you'd be like, oh, well, there's a cooking show on there. Well, there's cooking shows everywhere. Watch a cooking show somewhere else. Well, no, I like watching it in this type of style,
in this platform.
format,
Yeah.
you know, like, and there's a reason why, you know, so I don't know. Until they make something else, they're gonna have Americans pissed off. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I just feel like to like go against something that 150 million Americans freely use and use all the time on a daily basis is just crazy. You know, like you're gonna really make that, and it's crazy too because like when again, I don't like getting into politics, but when Trump was president, he was trying to ban it. And then the other side was like, no, you're going to mess with free speech and all this stuff. And then now that it's swapped over, they're like, oh, yeah, well, we're going to ban it. So now both of them want to ban it and the only time they ever agree on the same thing is when they ain't getting that money, man.
That's right.
That's it. That's the only time they agree on the same thing is when they all benefit. So fun.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty crazy, man. It's all over the news. It's all over TikTok.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. So now it's on the Mike and Rich podcast.
And now it's on the Mike and Rich podcast. Preemptively hit the stream thing. So, yeah, that was the news. Appreciate you guys going through these news articles with us. If you guys ever come across anything that you'd like us to talk about, make sure to throw it in the chat. Make sure to like and subscribe. Share with your friends. Keep this show going. We need to pay some bills.
All right, well, we're going to get into our first thing. It's running down stream.
I'm so sorry. I hit that a little early on you.
All good, all good. Just saying we don't have a lot of shows this week on Running Down a Stream. I wish I could say it was brought to you by Cheez-Its, but it's not.
Brought to you by... Dude, so my stepdad... Remember my stepdad used to work for them? They used to work for
my brother did too.
Keebler and Sunshine, and...
it was like right down the road.
It was right down the road, that's right.
And Hostess was also right down the road.
Oh, was it?
Too, back in the day.
Oh, yeah. There was a Little Debbie's over there too, I think. Or is that the Hostess one? Okay.
No, it was... No, it's the other one. Drake's Cakes?
Drake's Cakes. That's what it was. Yeah. So he used to go to this warehouse, and he was only allowed to go there on Saturdays for some weird reason. And you go to this warehouse, and they had this big, massive stack of all the damaged stuff. And it was like, not even so the actual product was damaged, like the case was damaged. You know, so you just pop the case open and grab all the good boxes and stuff like that. I had my whole back porch at one point in time, cookies and cracker, everything you could possibly want from Keebler or the Sunshine Biscuit or whatever.
That's right, Sunshine Biscuit.
Sunshine Biscuit.
It's not Sunshine Biscuit anymore.
No, it's not. I think they combined. Did they combine?
They still taste the same.
Yeah. They just changed the name up.
It doesn't actually say.
Doesn't say.
So weird.
It's probably Kraft. Kraft probably bought them.
Maybe. It's a good question, especially if we want them as sponsors.
I know, right? Come on now, Cheez-It. My daughter loves Cheez-Its.
Kellogg's.
Kellogg's?
Yeah, it's just Kellogg's sales.
Okay. Hey.
All right. He got an 800 number too. So
I didn't know Kellogg's bought him out. That's crazy. That's crazy. So,
pretty cool.
All right, well, let's get into running down a stream. All right, so we got some news the other day about Titans.
That's
obviously
right, Titans
coming back. What was the date? Like April 17th or
April
something?
13th
13th?
or 17th.
17th?
Yeah, we're great at this. Awesome.
So great at this. So but yeah, it's gonna be in April. They obviously said that it was canceled beforehand. So I imagine
weren't expecting this.
Yeah, so
I wasn't. Were you?
Not at the beginning of the season. More towards the middle of the season, you kind of seen it kind of like and they weren't really promoting it as much. And so then they came out and said everybody that it was canceled, and then they just announced that they were going to come out with their final season, which is technically like the second half of this season.
Yeah, because this one was so abruptly ended.
Yeah, sure. It was just like kind of weird. So so hopefully they knock it out of the park. I know it's very tough for actors to go into the workplace knowing that they're not going to have that job for very much longer.
Pretty much anybody, bro. When you put in your 2 weeks,
sometimes,
you got that
checking out.
You got those feelings, like you might regret something, you never know. You got mixed emotions, things going on, and yeah.
So, but you know what? I think all the actors kind of showed what they had in this. I think a lot of them are going to kind of move on to other cool projects because they are all pretty good. I'd like to see Starfire in a couple cool things. I thought she was awesome in this whole thing.
Absolutely.
Dick was cool. Little cocky, but I'm sure there's some roles for him to play or whatnot. Yeah. Agar was cool. Rachel was cool. So everybody I feel is on the level. Connors, he should be doing Superman movies.
He should have been.
So they definitely got a good.
Now he's Lex.
So they definitely got a good guy for him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. We'll be talking about it more depth when it comes on.
Yes, sir.
But let's get into that Mando episode on Disney Plus.
I know. Last week we didn't even talk about Mando, and I watched it like the day before.
We didn't talk about Mando last week, and I guess it was just because it reminded me of an episode of Boba Fett, bro. It just wasn't so great.
It wasn't.
It was just okay.
Yeah.
We got to see, that scientist get hit with the Mind Flayer. Funny name. They shouldn't have used that.
Yeah. Well, just like the Mythosaurus.
Yeah.
Unobtainium, man. It's just who comes up with these names? Like, oh my, nobody good. Like, do better.
Well, Mando this week was definitely better than last week.
Yeah,
we got to see a lot more action, which is what I like to see. Got to see Grogu in the training pit, with the little paintball.
Paintball, yeah, they're playing paintball.
With the darts, they're like, oh, he doesn't know how to use darts. Listen, he knows how to use the Force. He could do backflips, and he should have did more stuff.
He can pull your arms and legs off with his mind.
Here's my thing, and I love Mando, and I'm not trying to knock on him. I'm not trying to knock on them.
I'm gonna knock on it here in a little bit. So,
but let me say something. I really feel. I wish I had a stuffed animal here. I wish the way that they make Grogu flip and shit,
it's really funny.
It looks like somebody just threw the fucking puppet, bro.
Yeah,
that's all it looks like. Somebody threw the puppet.
Absolutely.
And they got some strings on it, so it kind of guides it a little bit, They need to get better with that shit. For sure. Yep. I know that it's hard because of this. They're not gonna mix CGI with the practical puppet like that.
Mm-hmm.
It'll look weird. But they keep doing the same move, and it's perfect it or get it out.
Yep.
We need to see some other stuff. He needs to grow up. Unfortunately, he needs to grow up. They gotta they're not even aging him a little bit.
Mm-mm.
How long is this gonna go on?
He's gonna be a baby forever.
Oh my god, man. Is that going to be what it is? He's going to be a baby forever?
I don't know. How long is it going to take him to get all the Mando armor? Is he going to be a Mando? Like, does he want to be a Mando? I know he's trying to say this is the way, you know, he's doing his little stuff or whatever, but you know, I don't know.
Oh,
So
no, it's tough.
This episode reminded me of a Dragon Ball Z episode, like a filler episode where they were like chasing a dinosaur around the entire episode. Like, It was literally the same thing.
They were.
So yeah, it like completely reminded me of like one of those. So it's so crazy to me that like, all right, so you have this whole crew of these badass Mandos that are all supposed to be like these, like they fight Jedi. That's how cool they are and how skilled they are fighting Jedi, right? And like this thing just comes out of the woodworks every now and again and picks a youngling off, you know, and they're just like, oh yeah, he does that every couple weeks. It's like, what? Yeah, our backpacks only go so far, so we can't possibly go find him. Like,
the backpack thing kind of messed me up because, like, why did they do that? You know, they showed Mando flying around with this thing a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
They never
have him run out of gas or whatever.
Never.
Yeah. All right. So,
I don't know.
All right. Let me finish my. Yeah. Let me finish my point with this. All right. So they get there and they make this whole big deal. It's like, yo, we cannot make noise because the second he hears noise, he's just going to eat the kid or whatever. So they get up there and then they just drop down and make a bunch of noise. And it was like, it would have been the same thing. Like, all right, so they have a spaceship that goes in outer space, like way higher, and they can drop down and hit their gas thing right before they hit the ground. And then they wasted no gas. Nobody heard them. I don't know, man. It's just like,
there's a lot of ways they could have did it better.
You know, now what's cool is they got 3 of those little guys that they're gonna pretty much raise to be riding around. We're watching like Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, Mando right now.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. You're gonna have some Mandalorian on some little pterodactyls.
You know,
I like it.
I thought that the always a bigger fish thing was kind of cool. You know, that was definitely a Obi-Wan thing.
Do you think that when Bo-Katan was talking to the I don't know what she's called, the chick who makes all the armor,
the blacksmith or whatever?
Yeah. Do you think that she believed her when she said she saw the mythosaur?
Yeah,
a real one.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. I don't know. They're like weird because like they're gonna sit there and say like, oh, Mandalore's destroyed and you can't even possibly go there and blah 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 blah. And like they went there all right. It was just like 2 of them, you know, like. So
why couldn't they go back?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, why? Because there's like that robot thing that they killed, and then there's like these like little things that are there that obviously she knew what they were, so they were there beforehand.
Yeah, cavemen,
the cave things or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. And air's breathable there. It's not that pretty looking, but you know, it's definitely livable.
Sure.
And it's not like they're doing anything cool. They're just like hanging outside of a cave, like throwing a ball back and forth, trying to like, you know. Do you see him like shooting the water? Like, what were they shooting the water for? Like, how is that like target practice? Anybody can shoot the water if water's in front of you.
They're trying to shoot fish. I don't know.
I don't know, man. You would think that they would have like those things that go around that are like target practice or, you know, it's just, they were just like, they had their hands on each other. They were like practicing grappling. It was like pretty amateur wrestling style training if you think about it.
It was.
Their armor is indestructible. Shoot each other. You know?
Yeah, no, it was pretty low key. It was a little janky.
That was my gripes. That was
like the Rocky training of like what, like Rocky 4 or whatever. When he's in Russia.
When he's in Russia,
you know?
yeah.
Like it was like everything's all beat up and stuff. You know, he's like moving logs and shit. You know, like that kind of stuff. But I don't know, man.
So is that disc thing on Grogu gonna save him from a blast this next episode?
I mean, he could just deflect the blast.
Well, he should be able to deflect the blast.
I don't know, man. I thought the hockey puck that she made for him as a necklace was stupid. She could have made him a glove or something. That would have been cool.
Like a little helmet or something, you know?
No, I feel like if they made him like a glove, he kind of have like the one hand thing, kind of like Luke going on.
Okay.
And then they can do stuff with the glove to like he's got the lightsaber now. Now you can do some CGI shit with the fucking hand and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Sign me up, Fabs. Get me in there.
There you go. I like it, Fabs. I like it.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah. So
all right. Well,
it was definitely
Mando,
it was definitely a better episode than the last one. And then obviously you had the cameo from I guess that was the dude who did Jar Jar's voice, the Jedi dude. So you had that, you had that guy in there, dueling the dual lightsabers. You know, that was.
It's funny that you said that because I didn't know that it was him until like later on in it. It was like one scene where they like really got up. I was like, that's Jar Jar.
Straight up.
I was like, me's a thing. That's Jar Jar.
Yeah.
He had the two lightsabers go. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
I was waiting to just be like,
yeah. The little race scene was cool. You know, obviously he was getting chased by crazy starships and stuff like that to like blast them out. But, you know, I thought Coruscant's cool. You know, it's definitely a cool city to kind of explore. You know, in the universe. So
I don't remember. Did he die?
Who died?
The Jar Jar.
I don't think they
show, right?
I don't think they showed. No.
So maybe he's still alive. That'd be cool.
Maybe he's still alive. Well, the Mandos are definitely going to meet up with the Jedis at some point, and they're going to have to throw down a truce to fight this greater evil. That's what's going to happen.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully soon on the next Mando.
On the next Mando.
We gotta speed things along. Let's get to Lost so you can start talking about that.
Yeah, all right. So a couple weeks ago, started up Lost. No, I talked about it last week or whatnot. All right, so there's 121 episodes to that damn show, man.
Woo.
121, and it is not. What's that?
How many days did it take you?
It took me like a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, like of it constantly playing too. Like I brushed my teeth and it was on my phone, you know, because I was just trying to go through it. And like
commitment.
I know, and it was like last weekend. I was like, man, I really want to get through this so I could talk about it on the podcast a little bit on Thursday. Obviously, we're gonna run out of time, but it's definitely a crazy ride. This is the third time that I've watched it. I watched it twice when the first time, obviously, the first playthrough. I think it ended when I was like 22 or 23, so it ended like a long time ago, and I watched it once after that, so it was cool to kind of like watch it now after now I'm a little bit older and I watched it all in a row, you know, because when you watched it on TV it was like, you know, whole years before seasons and, you know, huge hiatuses. So you're
on commercials and all
commercials.
That kind of
you were never able to, you know, binge watch like straight through. So this is like my first time actually binge watching it straight through. No other distractions. It was good, man. I actually got a pretty good experience this time, even though I knew what was going to happen and stuff. There was a lot of stuff I forgot about, you know, like, I know when the ending came out originally, a lot of people had issues with it. It was just like, where did that come from? You guys did a terrible ending. But then you watch the show and they said it like 100 times throughout the show. And it made sense if you watched it and you know what was going to happen over there. But it's not an easy watch. You know, it's like I said, it's 121 hours, man. And it's not all good episodes. There's like a good 10 to 20 episodes that are just terrible and drama and, you know, just like whatever. But it does give you progression in the story, you know, and Lost is a whole thing of like questions, okay, and they didn't answer probably 200 of them, so that's why a lot of people were like, well, what the heck, what happened with this and what happened with this, and, you know, this is something that they never explains. But I feel they did a pretty good job covering it, you know, covering for the most part most things, you know. Some things it was supposed to be mysterious because a lot of people didn't know what the island is fully capable of, you know.
Sure.
So, but definitely cool if you're into sci-fi, drama, thriller. Like there's people blowing up and other people on the island and flashbacks and flash forwards and flash sideways, and there's all kinds of flashes. It's crazy, man. So definitely a good ride. It's a hard ride, but it's definitely a good one at the end of it. And it's actually like really sad. So it's like, you know, like
it's all the emotions and feels.
It's a lot of emotions, a lot of feels. You get invested in these characters. There's some you're gonna love, some you're gonna hate, some you're gonna be like, I wish these people would just blow up, and guess what? They do. So it's definitely a cool experience. So if you haven't watched Lost, just do it. Just watch the first season. The first season's like literally the best season of TV that you will almost ever watch. So
I don't know. Breaking Bad's pretty cool.
Breaking Bad's good, but Lost is just phenomenal, man. J.J. Abrams was like huge in the first season. It was just Bad Robot's like super awesome studio. And that's my take on Lost this week.
All right. Let's get to that next segment and movies.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I started to watch the Boston Strangler movie, but I got maybe 2.5 minutes in before I had to do a bunch of crap.
That's how it always is.
That's how it always is. So I'll watch it for next week, and we can talk about it, because I love Keira Knightley. I think she could do no wrong in my eyes. So I can't wait to watch that. It looks cool. I don't really know much about the Boston Strangler. Obviously, he's from Boston, and he probably strangles people. I don't know.
Did you read a book on him?
I don't know. Apparently, I know the whole backstory, but
you know everybody's name.
You know. But I imagine she's like a news reporter in it or something like that. So she's probably just following the story and, you know, getting too close to it and all that fun stuff. So I'll give you a better report on that next week.
All right. Sounds good. I'm just going to rip through this list so we can get to the next stuff.
Do it.
Super Mario Brothers on April 5th.
Nice.
We got Living with Chucky is a documentary about the girl whose father made the Chucky doll.
Oh.
So she like grew up with this doll like constantly in her life. So
that would be
April 7th.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah. We have a resurgence of the movie The Cube.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's a reboot, if it's a requel, if it's a sequel. I don't know. It just said The Cube. It's going to be out April 11th. Probably not in theaters.
That was a surprise pick, man. A buddy of mine, Pablo from back in the day, who would never ever give you a good movie recommendation for the life of him, like came over one day when we were little and he had Cube and Kids, and I've never seen either of them. And I was like, dude, like, are you serious? Like, but that was the only cool movies that he ever suggested to me, and you know, but definitely cool. I love Cube. Cube is awesome. It's definitely a cool concept. Then they got into the Hypercube and the Space Cube and Cube 9 and
Cube 2.0.
You know, it's definitely like a little cult classic. I know we were talking about those this week. If we got time, we'll go over your cult classic.
I'm not even gonna. I think we'll do that next week or something.
All right.
All right. So then we got Renfield with Nick Cage vampire movie that's gonna come out April 14th. Then just recently, I've been seeing a lot of previews.
I have too.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Once and Always. So it's going to be April 19th.
What? Like, all right. Let's just for 1 second.
Right,
like, come on.
For a second, talk about it.
Jason David Frank, man, really? Like, he had that White Dragon movie in the works. He had this thing. You know, they were gonna have him come out in this. Like, there's even a spot where you see the Green Ranger. You even see the Green Ranger in the trailer. So it's just like
they're not gonna say anything. They're just gonna have like somebody
wear the costume or whatever, and it's just like it's so terrible, man. I would have loved to see him in both of those. And
they got voiceovers. You know
I know, but he needs to enjoy that, dude. Like, he worked so hard on all this Power Ranger stuff. He was invested. He was. You know, the other guys, yeah, they like being Power Rangers, but they ain't at every Comic-Con, like, you know, giving hopes and dreams to little kids wearing Green Ranger shirts and stuff. You know, I think the Red Ranger does. The first one, the first one for a little while because he was into like bodybuilding and stuff like that. So he was a little bit more involved, I think, but not as much as Jason though, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, he was definitely dedicated, but it's sad what happened.
Long live the Green Ranger.
Yeah, but we see robot Rita Repulsa.
I know. Mecha Rita, man. Mecha Rita. What do you think about that?
I'm excited for her.
Her lady died, so like
yeah. But they have her voice.
They have her. Oh
so
yeah.
many things for her.
Have you seen?
They probably have somebody doing an impersonation of the voice too.
So there's this guy on TikTok, and he posts all the original Power Rangers content, like all the original show, like the
clips and stuff.
Oh yeah, almost whole episodes actually. And he'll show you like how the Green Ranger came. He'll show you that it's a completely different story. Like the American version is like so chopped and only uses like literally like 3 minutes of a whole half an hour show. So there's like a whole bunch of cool stuff. Next time I see one, I'll tag you in it. And if I find some cool ones to clip, I'll try to throw it on our TikTok because I think they're super cool. To see the Red and the Green Ranger going at it, and they're all like Japanesed out, like subtitles and stuff like that. So
that's cool.
It's really cool. Like the Green Ranger fights the Megazord, like as a little guy. Like, it's crazy.
He's that badass.
He's that badass.
They got, Evil Dead Rise, April 24th.
So apparently, Rotten Tomatoes is giving it a high score already. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did.
They're giving it super high, super high.
They also gave John Wick 4 super high score as well.
Ooh, John Wick.
They gave it a 95.
They gave it a 95?
Yeah.
It's going to be good. It's going to be so good. Like, every John Wick is good. I don't imagine this one being disappointing at all.
As long as he doesn't get hit by like 3 cars in this one, I'll be okay. You know?
Yeah.
He got hit by so many cars in the last movie.
Yeah.
How many times you get hit by a car, bro?
How many times have I got hit by a car?
Yeah.
Like outside of the car?
Yeah.
At least like once. I think once. But it was parked and I was on my bike.
Okay.
So, like, you know that big hill I used to live down? Like, so I was flying down.
What was that called?
Pottery. It's called Pottery.
Pottery Lane.
It's like this huge ass hill. And I'm flying down.
It's not a correct road.
Yeah. Flying down, making a left on my road, and I guess I just clipped it two left. And like there was a parked car right there, and I hit it full speed, flipped on top of it and everything, man.
Damn.
Yeah, that didn't feel good, and the car wasn't even moving. So I can only imagine you getting hit by an actual car would just like
3 to 4 times and still fighting people off.
Still fighting people and still going and holding like bullets in you and stuff like that.
He's just a badass, I guess.
John Wick, bro. Don't mess with the puppy.
Speaking of the badasses, we got this week's watch list is Pitch Black, Riddick, and the Chronicles of Riddick. The reason why I'm saying that is because I think that they're gonna do another Riddick movie.
Probably.
I'm not sure if it's like in the works or whatever, but you got to think about it like this: whenever they pull these movies and they start like putting them out in the limelight again, they're just putting up those feelers.
Just throwing out the feelers.
It's like everywhere, bro. Like if you turn on your streaming shit, you're gonna see something for Riddick or Chronicles of Riddick or Pitch Black. So they're definitely gearing up for something. So
gearing up,
watching them now because they're gonna be hard watches because they're old movies. You know, like I don't know how well you remember Riddick, or no, the Chronicles of Riddick. The Chronicles of Riddick.
I think I remember the first one more than the other two.
Like Pitch Black.
Pitch Black. Because that was the one.
Was great.
Yeah, that was the one. That was one that it explained like why his eyes are like that, and they had the monsters in there and stuff like that.
Explain it exactly. They just say what it is, or like they say like he got his eyeballs shined,
like polished or whatever it was. Yeah.
So he could see.
Chronicles of Riddick. I think I only watched like once, but I do remember playing the game because the game was pretty big because it was kind of like Halo, but it was just you're Vin Diesel. So it's like fighting the same kind of monsters. It's just like you're just a little more tan than the than the Master Chief.
Well, now that they announced Fast and Furious 78,
28.
they're gonna put new Chronicles of Riddick, actual Chronicles.
Actual Chronicles. Dude, they're gonna be making Fast and Furious is when like Vin Diesel is gonna be like Clint Eastwood's age. He's gonna still be like robbing cars and like Hondas.
You hear like, doom, 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 doom. Just hear that music in the background.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And he's gonna be, chasing after Paul Walker, in the afterlife, looking for his 9-second car.
Oh, jeez.
I heard there was
this week's watch.
Yeah, that's right. I heard that there was the next one they were supposed to use like his brother and like CGI him to where it like
I heard that too.
kind of looks like him or whatever. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Don't do it. That's a bad idea. Don't do it. Bring little Bow Wow back or something.
Oh,
like
little
that.
Bow Wow. Oh man, bring the chick back from the first one. She was a hottie.
Yeah.
Is she still in them? I don't even know.
They brought her back.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't.
Been back.
Okay, I was gonna say, man, I don't think I've watched like past 2. Like it's just.
Yeah, I don't think I watched past 2 as well either.
Yeah. So.
Tokyo Drift was shit, bro.
Yeah, it was terrible. So I didn't watch anymore. I was just like, this is like the worst movie in the world. If I wanted to go, like, watch all these people with these cars, I'd just go to like the, like we lived in town. Well, we lived in town where all these people had these cars, so it was like not too hard to go find these things. Like everybody had an Eclipse or a Supra at one time. So it was like, all right. And they couldn't even go over the train tracks because their cars were so low. So all their bumpers were all like broken and cracked because they can't go over train tracks with them.
And there's a bunch of train tracks in SR.
Yeah, that's right, man. So.
All right, well, let's get into time to talk toys.
Yeah. I'm just gonna use the news thing.
That's fine.
If it's in the news,
All right, so this week
then it's probably news.
Universal Ultimate Creature from the Black Lagoon 7-inch action figure.
All right, yeah, give me 1 second. I'll pop this up so you guys can
Sure.
check it out. All right,
So we got some photos from Entertainment Earth. Shout out to them.
Love me some Entertainment Earth, man.
Yeah. They just need to get more stuff.
Oh, it's the colored one. Okay.
Yeah, so they got Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's the first time NECA's making him.
Really?
They're
They never
getting
made
all
him
those
before?
monsters. No.
Okay.
They're getting all those monsters. They made him before in not NECA, but other companies.
Oh, other companies. Okay. 'Cause I was gonna say I thought I seen him before. He looks pretty cool.
Yeah, he does look pretty cool. I like the, iridescent or incandescent look to him. I can't really.
All right.
He's pretty cool. NECA's always making some good stuff, so shout out to NECA.
They're
Then
just too expensive for me, man. I was looking at them the other day, and I was like, dude, I can't pay $34 for like something that like I would take. You know what I'm saying? like, sure, I'll take it if you don't want it, but to give $34 for it, I'm like, I
I've
can stay
been
right there.
buying NECA since the early 2000s, even probably into the 90s.
Like, I would love to have all those Gremlin things, like you have all the Gremlin ones. I just can't sit there and like buy them all, man. It's just I don't even have the space for them. I know you're running out.
Yeah. Well, you just open stuff up. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? Then we got the Batman Flash movie pop vinyl preview exclusive.
Dun dun dun. So that's
Preview exclusive.
is that Michael Keaton?
That's Michael Keaton.
I wish
On
they
the
showed the
mask,
back so we
nice
could see the
yellow.
rest of them.
Yeah, that'd be cool if they did, but they're not. Pretty cool. Definitely recommend.
Oh, they got him with the cowl on. They got him standing left and standing right. Okay, one's with an armor suit.
Yeah.
One's a regular one. Okay.
Pretty cool.
Cool.
And then we got McFarlane.
All right. Are you on a good McFarlane kick tonight, or you're gonna talk trash about McFarlane tonight?
No, I'm always usually on a pretty good McFarlane kick. I mean, I know.
Except when you talk about the legs.
The movie Maniacs. That's a dumb McFarlane line. Yeah. I mean, I don't love everything he does, But look at that Batman 89 right there, bro.
He looks pretty badass.
You tell me that doesn't look badass, bro. Like the Flash, I'm sorry, but like the one in the darker armor is gonna be like the final Flash, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he has like ears like Batman, but just like pushed down. It looks stupid.
Okay. Yeah,
also, his mask looks a little dumb, but Supergirl looks good.
Okay.
I think she looks all right. I guess that's supposed to be Christian Bale. Well, Batman is supposed to be that one on the end. Is that supposed to be Ben Affleck? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So who is that?
I don't know. Maybe Christian Bale. Maybe it's George Clooney. Maybe you're gonna bring back the nips.
Well, no, I don't see any nips on the thing.
Dude, I love this Batmobile, man.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's so sick. That's like
and it's not even a bad price.
It's my favorite Batmobile. For sure. I mean,
all this stuff coming out. They showed the Dark Flash. You can get a pre-order on him as well. That's gonna be the bad guy, I guess.
So they got the Batwing from the '89 movie.
Yeah,
some dude in one of my 3D printing groups made one that's like bigger than him. It's like so cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, cool. All right, last one. This one's a good one.
For last.
Notorious.
We got Super 7 Notorious B.I.G. Ultimate action figure. They're already sold out of pre-orders on Entertainment Earth.
Already, huh?
I didn't get to post mine in.
Oh,
so
he's
gonna be
cool.
$54.99. Tons of accessories, 2 different heads, 2 different hats, a chain, sunglasses.
Oh, he's so cool.
Glass of Cavassier. He got a necklace, a cane.
He's got the cane. That's so cool.
The Tims.
$54, man. Oh, he's cool though. He's really cool.
Yeah.
Whew.
Heads look awesome.
Yeah. No, that looks like so money.
See, figures like that, they seem a little bit more worth it. No, that's why I like the necklace.
See, now if he was 34, now we're talking.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel about some of the necklaces too,
Yeah. Nah, he's cool though.
I believe this company, Super 7, they have another one too. They have, if you scroll down and go to Super 7 company, I believe they have OBD as well.
Where is it at? You got who?
Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh, ODB.
Maybe just type in OBD and see what happens.
Tuscan Riders.
This is the OBD Super 7. No.
Okay. Well, everybody, like, I have an ODB shirt, so he's like definitely like an icon. I remember back in the day he was on MTV, and he like went with his like a bunch of kids in a limo to go cash like a welfare check. Like, and he had all the camera crew with him and stuff like that. And he's like, he's gotten so much money, like, but he's still doing his thing, man.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny. I didn't see that, but I did click, and I'm clicking through, and now I see this Willie Nelson 8-inch action figure they're coming out with.
Willie Nelson,
not the same company.
See, now look at this crap. $54.99 for a pinky. Now he does have a couple cool heads.
But it's Super 7, that's why they're like supposedly, they're a little bit better.
Damn, just to get Pinky and the brains like over $100. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, just Mo.
Oh, they got all the Animaniacs too. Ah,
they're cool, right?
They are cool. I don't have enough money in this world. I need to start stealing from rich people.
There you go. Well, the Rat King looks different. He's on page 2.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at some of these Power Ranger ones. Yeah, they had the Dragon Zord. They have a Dragon Zord at my Walmart. I'm not sure how much it is, though. It's
you can get McBain from The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's also 50
I'm elected to
no.
lead. Or, I'm
no,
elected to
he's only
lead,
20 bucks.
not to read. Yeah, no, they got definitely some cool toys. All the Power Ranger guys look cool.
King size Moo Homer.
Got some Toxies, Bruce Lee.
Oh no, they got the Animaniacs. They're a little bit smaller. The 3 3/4 scale.
Yeah, I know they got Pinky and the Brain and was it Yakko and Dot?
Well, these are only 20 bucks.
Oh, they're only 20.
These are a little smaller. Yeah.
Okay.
Those ones, I think they're like full size action figures.
I love the Animaniacs, man. That was like one of my favorite shows growing up.
So fun. And they got Dredrick Tatum. They're coming out with one of him. He's $65.
Ooh, look
the fake Simpsons
yes.
Mike Tyson.
Oh man, Oogie Boogie. He's cool.
Yeah, no, they got a lot of cool ones. Oh, they even got the scientists, Dr. Scratch and Sniff.
Oh, Scratch and Sniff.
That's cool.
Yeah, they got Ren and Stimpy. All right, these guys. It's just crazy that they're so expensive too. They're making some money. Oh, here's all the Alice in Wonderland stuff.
Yep, the Mad Hatter one is nuts. Did you see that one?
I didn't see him yet, but I'm sure I'll come across.
He's cool.
They got some cool stuff, man. It's just $54 for figures, kind of off my range.
Well, I mean, you're used to getting a lot at once. You buy 5 pops, that's $54 right there. I mean,
Yeah, but I get 5, not just 1.
Yeah, but put them together and now add some quality to it. And
I was thinking about getting the I don't know if they dropped yet, but it was like a Venom mystery box. So you got Venom and you got 2 other mystery pops for like $30. I didn't shoot the gun on that, but I wanted to.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Usually GameStop does a lot of stuff like that.
Hot off the track. I got this guy. He's back there somewhere.
That's cool.
So, all right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this week's podcast. We appreciate everybody for joining in, jumping in chat, and supporting us, by liking, subscribing, and sharing.
That's right. Make sure you smash that like button.
Make sure you
need it.
smash that like button, and we will catch you guys later. I'm probably going to play some Fortnite tonight. What about you, man?
Yeah.
Might be one of those nights. So if you guys won't, we might do a little stream a little bit later on. We'll see what happens. But you guys have a good night and a good week, and we'll see you next Thursday.
All right. Peace.
Peace.